In today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can bring guests into OBS if you live stream on YouTube, Facebook, or any other platform, and you want to be able to chat with someone remotely and actually bring them into your stream. Just like what I have actually been doing, I can show you. This is my guest number one. This is my other guest that I had on my live stream. You can see that I've actually been doing it. It's so easy. The video looks amazing and the sound actually is fantastic.
Get my show to where I want it to be.
And the best part is this is gonna be 100% free. So let's not take much time. Let's get right into it. What's up, guys? My name is Samla. Production tips and tools here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and let's navigate the live streaming world together. If you do some streaming on YouTube or any other streaming platform like Facebook or Twitch, and you need to actually bring in a guest without using Zoom or Teams or some other platforms out there like StreamYard, Melon app that you actually kind of have to pay for. If you are an OBS user like me and actually be able to have them on your stream, today I'm gonna show you a platform called VDO Ninja that is actually 100% free. You probably heard about it before, but I have actually been testing this platform, try to bring in guests on my own live streams, and I've actually done so far 3 streams using this platform. It has been working well for me, and I actually thought today I would do this video to walk you through every single step, everything that you need to actually get it working perfectly. Today I'm gonna show you how to get VDO Ninja and actually get started. I'm gonna show you how to use this plugin called Electron Capture to make the process very easier. And at the same time, I'm gonna show you how you actually going to design your overlays to get a professional looking show. And lastly, I'm gonna show you how to put everything together in OBS and actually go live with your guest. Step number 1, we're gonna go ahead and actually get VDO Ninja. Okay, what I'm gonna need you to do, go to Google, just type VDO.Ninja. Anyways, I'm gonna put a link down below for you guys to just grab it. So as you can see, the first one is going to appear here. So it's VDO.Ninja. So click to it. You're gonna get to a page that looks like this. Okay, so as you can see, you have so many options, but what we are focused on today is actually to be able to bring in a guest by sending them a link. We're gonna click to create a room. By the way, you can invite multiple guests. It doesn't have to be just one guest, but today we're just gonna do just a quick demo as if we're just inviting one person. So the first thing, you're going to create a room name. Okay, testing, and then it's gonna ask you to create a password, which is pretty cool. So let's say test. Okay, so this is gonna be our password. And then as you can see, you have different options here. It's gonna ask you to choose if the guest can see the director but not other guests. So this is if you hosting multiple people, and it's gonna ask you to pick the codec. So I use H264. The last thing is gonna ask you to enter the room control center as the director. So let's go ahead and actually enter the room as a director. This is where your guests are going to appear once they come in, right? But we have the first tab here where you're gonna get the link to invite your guests. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click to copy, plus don't forget to send them the password that we just created. All right, now once the guest receives the link, it's gonna look like this. So basically I'm going to paste the link into my browser because I want to click on it. And once they click on it, you're gonna actually get this little tab. The guest is going to enter the password, and once they enter the password, they're gonna get these options. So the first option is join room with camera or share the screen with the room. So you have an option to share the screen or just join. I would suggest for the first time you just join with just your camera, because eventually during your conversation or during the conference call, you could actually decide to share the screen anytime that you want. Okay, So now let's go ahead and click join the room with camera. As you can see, this is what you get. So now the guest is going to have multiple options to choose which microphone to use and to actually choose which audio device they are going to use. So for this video, let's go ahead and actually pick the Blackmagic, my A10 Mini, okay? So this is me, the camera coming through the A10 Mini. The next thing is we are going to choose the audio device or the audio source. So for me, I'm gonna keep it to actually my microphone that I'm using right now, which is the Line M Audio Producer microphone. And once the guest is happy with all the settings and everything, I always recommend just tell your guest to use headphones, because if they try to use some actual loudspeakers, it's not gonna be good because you may start getting echoes, right? So important, tell them to use headphones. So once you're done as a guest, they're just going to click join or start. And this is what it's gonna look like on the guest side, okay? Now, if we go back to the room, okay, you can see this is you as a director. You're gonna see something like this. As you can see, this is your very first guest, and your guest is going to appear here. Now, if you have multiple guests, they are going to appear. The next guest will appear here, and the third will actually appear here. Now, as a director, you can see that you can't see your video is because you actually need to make sure the guest actually can see you. Now, this is very, very important. If you're running a show, you need the guests to actually be able to see not just you, but they need to see everything that's happening. An intro video, if you're showing some graphics on screen, if you like whatever you're doing. So that's why we are going to actually be able to send them everything, okay? What you need to do first, you're gonna need to go to this enable director's microphone or video. So now you click here, okay, and then as you can see, you get some settings are going to open here, okay? And this is where the director, as a director, you're going to choose which camera or which video feed that you're going to send, and at the same time you're going to choose the microphone that you're going to send to the guest, and obviously your audio output, okay? So now that we have everything actually configured for the VDO Ninja part, let's go to step number 2, which is gonna be actually to get the Electron Capture to be able to send everything into OBS, okay? So I'm gonna put a link to VDO Ninja down in my description, and at the same time I'm gonna put another link for you to be able to get the Electron Capture. So let's go ahead and actually get the Electron Capture, install it into the computer, and bring everything into OBS. You're gonna click to the Electron Capture link down below. So once you click to it, you're gonna get to a page that looks like this, okay? And what you're looking for is you're gonna go here to releases, okay? And as you can see, you're gonna see this icon that says latest, okay? Let's go ahead and actually click to that one, okay? And as you can see, we're gonna get all the assets here. So we're gonna go ahead and actually, as you can see, you have the Electron Capture for Windows. You have one that is portable, which I believe you should work with Windows and Mac at the same time. So let's go ahead and actually click to it. As you can see, it's going to actually download, and you're gonna go to your download folder. And what we're gonna do is we are going to extract and actually unzip it. As you can see, this is what it looks like, okay? Now, let's go ahead and actually click to it. You need to grab this little icon here. Basically, you're not installing anything. You can just copy it and actually bring it here, paste it somewhere on your desktop. As you can see, I already have one installed, so I'm going to replace it anyway. So I'm going to upgrade the one that you already had. Now we have the Electron Capture. Basically, it's not installed, but it's available for us to use, okay? So our next step is going to be actually bringing everything into OBS. Click to the Electron Capture, click to it, and we are going to run it, okay? For the first time, Windows is not gonna trust it because it doesn't know the software. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna click to more info thing, and you're gonna click to run anyway, right? And once you have it running, you should see a tab. It's gonna look like this, okay? So what we need, actually, the Electron Capture, basically it's like a virtual monitor. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to VDO Ninja, our VDO Ninja page, okay? As a director, I need to have the guest into OBS. I don't need to have myself. I already have a scene of me in OBS. So basically, if I go to OBS, you can see this is scene number 1, okay, and this is me. This is my camera 1, okay. So what I need to do is, you don't really need to bring yourself into OBS because you already have yourself in there. You can just locally connect your camera. So what we need is to bring in a guest. I already have a scene here that I have actually created before, so this is what I use for my guest, but we're going to actually create another scene, and I'm gonna show you guys how I did the whole thing. Okay, so now we are back to the VDO Ninja tab. Okay, so what we need to do is, actually we can go ahead and click to the copy solo link. Okay, now you could go here and capture a group scene. If you have many people, you could bring the whole scene of everybody kind of mixed together. But for me specifically, for this show, I just want to have the guest in, because most of the time I only have one guest. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just, I'm gonna copy this solo link, okay, for the guest, which is for right now it's me. I'm gonna go to the Electron Capture. Okay, this is our first step. Before we go to OBS, we pass through the Electron Capture, and then we're gonna copy paste the link that we just got from the guest link. Okay, so this is gonna be your guest, and we're gonna choose for the audio. Okay, for the audio, we want to output the guest audio. For now, I have Voicemeeter. That's what I have connected, and Voicemeeter sends the sound to actually my headphones, so I'm able to hear the guests when they talk. Now, once you're done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna click go, and boom. So this is our Electron Capture. This is basically a virtual monitor from our guest. Okay, I can do anything that I want. I can actually grab it to another screen. It doesn't have to stay here, and as you can see, it's full screen. Okay, I'm going to actually take the guest into OBS. Let's go to OBS. Okay, we're gonna create a new scene, and I'm gonna call it guest test. Click add a source, and that source is gonna be a new window capture, and then we're gonna call it, you can call it whatever you want, but for now I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Click OK. Right now I have Electron Capture. You can see as soon as you click, you open, you're gonna see Electron Capture is going to show as a window. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and actually click to it. This is the guest image. Okay, don't be confused. Again, I don't really mess up with this setting, so I leave everything like this and click OK. All right, so as you can see, I got the image here, and this is gonna be our guest. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna go full screen. I can just simply click to transform, and then go to fit to screen, and actually make it full screen. If you have some audio, for example, this is my microphone. I use a USB microphone, so I need this microphone I need to copy it from this scene, and I'm gonna go here and actually paste it, because I need to be able to be heard every time I switch to this scene. You know what I mean? So the last thing we are going to add, if you have some overlay, you can go ahead and add some overlays. For me, I keep it clean and simple, so I don't use overlays here. The next thing we're going to do is the dual scene, where you're going to see me as me and the guest at the same time. So basically something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I created that. I'm going to create a new scene, and I'm gonna call it duo guest and me. Copy my audio and the guest audio, and I'm gonna come here and actually paste everything here. Now, as you can see, now I have the guest and I have my microphone as a speaker or a director. The next thing that I need to bring in me, the director, which is my camera that is already within OBS. This one, so this is the GH5 main. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy it, and I'm gonna go to duo guest me, and then paste it. Okay, so now I have me and the guest, okay, in there. So what I need to do is I need to resize everything to make it smaller. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to my keyboard and hit Alt on my keyboard and actually crop a little bit, and it's gonna look like this. And I'm gonna go to the second camera as well, and I'm gonna do the same thing, just crop it a little bit, just hit Alt, something like this, and I'm gonna move it to this side. So as you can see, we already have something already good. Perfect. You could actually have something that will look like this. So now this is me and the guest. Now the guest audio is coming through my computer system, which is super good because I don't need to bring in any other audio. As you can see, I got my microphone here and I got the guest audio coming through the computer's audio system. I can switch to this scene, and as you can see, we've got two people. Okay, we've got me, and then we got the guest coming through the Electron Capture. So if you want to spice it up, you're gonna need to add some overlays. Okay, this is gonna make it look so good. So that's gonna take us to our step number 3, which is graphics and overlays. I have a template that I created in Photoshop that's kind of, transparent. You could do your own, so it doesn't have to be like mine. So you're just gonna be creative and come up with something. I created this graphic, so the dimensions that they gotta be 1920 by 1080, which is the normal size of kind of streaming in full HD. I have my name here, and I have my YouTube channel, and I have the guest name, and this is my second guest. So every time I have a guest, I'll go ahead and just change the name and add their YouTube channel. Again, you can customize it, make it look the way you want. All you need to do is to make sure this area right here is kind of transparent, right? So you could do this in Photoshop, you could do it with Canva. Actually with Canva, you may actually get some templates already pre-made. You could do it with any graphic designing software. So what you gotta do once you're done, you are going to export this as PNG. Okay, so it's important because if it's not PNG, it's not gonna be transparent. And then the file, what's gonna look like is, if you go to OBS, okay, you're gonna go here to our our duo guest. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and actually add our graphic. So it's gonna be a new source, and go ahead and add an image. Okay, let's just keep it image 4, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually look for it. So I already have it saved, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click to it. Okay, and then I'm gonna open, and this is what it's gonna look like, and I'm gonna hit OK. I don't really need to do much. Okay, and as soon as I open it, you just gotta make sure it's on the top of every other layers. As you can see, I've got myself a good looking broadcast ready image for running a professional show within OBS. And then if I cut to live, as you can see, this is what it's gonna look like. I do recommend, if you running the show by yourself, getting something like a stream deck, because it helps a lot. So like personally, how I run it, I do have my stream deck ready. So every time I have like one scene is my guest, and I have another button that is for my guest scene, and have another button that's just me, and have another button that is me and the guest. So those are the main 3 scenes when I have a guest here. And what I do, I just keep going back and forth, switching angles, me, guest, and me and the guest in the frame. And again, it's amazing because I'm kind of performing at the same time, so I'm trying to avoid distractions, and it works really well. Now before we finish the this video, I want to show you what you're gonna be able to actually send to the guest, because we didn't cover that part. Now if I go back to the guest side, you can see my video is still not showing. I did it on purpose because I wanted to set up everything in OBS. What you need to do is you're gonna go to here to video source. Okay, and what we need to do is you're gonna go here and actually choose a video source you want to send. And what we need to send is, you need to send OBS virtual camera. Okay, so you're gonna go here to OBS, and then you're gonna go to start a virtual camera, because you need the guest to see everything that's going on, everything. So if you switch to him, or if you want to switch to you and him, or if you're playing back a video, you need the guest to actually have an idea of what's going on, what's happening with the show. Okay, so you're gonna go to this virtual camera, make sure it's turned on, and if you go here to your video sources, you should be able to see actually the OBS virtual camera is going to appear here, and this is what you are going to send to the guest. Okay, and as you can see, every time I switch something into OBS, the guest, this is what they are going to see. For the audio part, don't send them the system's audio, because this is gonna create a looping effect. So what's gonna happen is if you send them the system's audio, they're going to talk, and then the system is going to send back their audio, and it's going to be very, very bad. So you need to send them your microphone. If you go to the guest side, you can see what they're seeing on the guest side. They can see themselves here, and then they can see the actual video coming from us, or from me, the director. So this is what they're gonna see. Now if I go to OBS and I actually switch to them, the guest, okay, if I go to the guest side, what they're gonna see is basically they are going to see themselves only. So they have their own video to preview themselves, and they are going to actually be able to see themselves because I switched to them. They have an option to actually go back to their settings, change the video source and everything. They have an option to mute their microphone. They have an option to chat with me, to send me a message. They have an option to share a file. They also have an option to disable their camera, or they have another option here to actually share their screen, which is pretty cool. Okay, now on my director's side, I still have an option. As you can see, I can see the guest, and I can see whatever I'm sending to the guest, and I still have the same options here to share my screen and all those kind of things. But again, these are things that you can use if you only want to have a chat, like a Zoom call with somebody. So you could actually use the same tool to actually just chat with someone as a Zoom call, which is gonna be in my next video. So if you want to see how I do it, it should be in my next video. But other than that, guys, that's how you're gonna be able to bring in a guest into OBS. Once you're ready, as you can see, I have all the scenes, everything ready. You're gonna hit the stream. You're gonna just go to settings and send the stream to either YouTube or Facebook, and you should be ready to go. Before we end the video, just want to mention that you actually need to double check a little bit with your audio, just to make sure you don't have any delay or latency. But this is something that happens either you getting a guest or you streaming in OBS, especially if you're using a USB microphone. So you're gonna need to go here to advanced, and actually if you have any off sync issues, what I do usually before the guest comes on, I'll record a small clip and actually do a little bit of sound check. I'll get them to clap a little bit, and then I'll take that clapping clip into Premiere, see if everything is kind of matching. If I see any mismatch with between the audio and the voice, I'll just kind of find out how many frames or how many milliseconds, and I'm gonna come here to off sync, and whatever microphone that has an issue, I'm gonna go here and add the number of milliseconds or whatever frames that kind of late or delayed. Okay, so that's how I do it, and I fix it that way. Again, if you have issues, I do encourage you test it before you go live, and make sure you fix your audio and stuff like that. But once you have it kind of fixed, you should be good to go. Again, I'm gonna put links to all the 3 shows that I have done using this method down below, just to see what it looks like and what it sounds like. Again, if you have questions or issues, let me know, put it down in the comments. But if you have enjoyed this video and actually this thing has worked for you, again, let me know. But other than that, make sure you share, like, and subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. But remember, this same tool, the VDO Ninja platform, can actually be used to replace Zoom. So if you're doing some Zoom calls and you actually don't have a paid plan, after 40 minutes or 45 minutes, I believe Zoom is going to actually stop your conference. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to make another video on how you can actually use VDO Ninja to actually make Zoom-like calls or make conference calls. So make sure you check it out. It's gonna be linked at the end of this video. But other than that, Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care.